All right, Khristian, how's it feel to be in Fresno?
It feels great. Weather's nice. Good to be a part of this culture and the legacy that Fresno State and has continued to players and legacy that the school has. And I'm excited to be here. It's a great freshman game.
Anything surprise you after you actually got to this part of the country here?
I would say the amount of agriculture. I didn't kind of know where I was going. I didn't know where Fresno, California was as far as geographically, but it's very pretty scene here with the mountains always kind of in the distance. So I'm really enjoying that piece.
In the football sense, how do you feel? I know it's really early, in the process, but how do you feel with the teammates? And you felt accepted, and what was that process like?
Oh yeah, it's very accepted. I think everybody, like all the incoming transfers, freshmen, all feel very welcome. It's a very good culture. The guys have rallied around the newcomers and help you learn your way, and they embrace leadership from everybody, not just, you don't have to be older, it doesn't matter how much you played, they accept leadership.
Khristian, when it comes to the quarterback room, how would you describe it so far from what you've experienced with the guys that are joining and the guys you're getting to know?
I would say very competitive and also very fun to be around. We're all competing, but everybody's it's friendly competition. We're all going to put our best foot out there, and whatever outcome comes from that, will be the outcome.
What do you feel is being asked from you guys so far in this early part of camp, and what the coaches are demanding from you?
Just knowing the plays, the system, being a leader, knowing what to check to, what not to check to, and making good, sound decisions consistently.
And how's that going so far?
Some days are better than others. So, keep learning and keep chopping wood every day.
Your last stop was on the other side of the country, so what sold you on being a Bulldog to come all this way?
Like I said, the amount of quarterbacks that come out to school, so obviously your dreams are accomplishable from Fresno State. I think that it's a lot of different things that going across the country can help me learn about myself. I'm farther away from home, so kind of being able to focus on football, not any other things around me other than football.
First time you saw a Fresno State player or watched a Fresno State game?
First time, I would say probably after I started getting recruited. I think I've probably seen a few games when I was younger, but I don't think I really ever turned on the Fresno State game as a kid, to be honest with you.
And then the last question is, if you had to describe your game to the Red Wave, how would you describe yourself?
I would say a smart kid with the ability to throw from the pocket, but also the ability to use the legs when needed.
How have you taken on a leadership role on this team? Because the first day of spring ball, I saw you talking to Kraft, and today as well. Why are you taking on this leadership role that you have taken on?
I think we have a relatively young quarterback room, very talented, but relatively young. And I know going on my third season in college at this point, I think there's some things that I may have learned along my way that can help others. And I think part of leadership is having a positive impact on others. So if I can do that in any way and, help another person along their journey, I feel that, that's bigger than just winning football games. It's also helping others and being a good example.
What have you learned from previous quarterback battles, specifically when you were going against Malik Washington at Maryland?
Like I said, it's friendly competition. Me and Malik are still friends now. So, I still talk to him. I've talked to him since I've been here. It's all friendly competition, You can learn from one person's mistakes, and at the end of the day, we're all trying to do the same thing. So, it's always just put your best foot forward, keep competing, learn from one another, let the coaches make the decision.
How badly do you want to be the starting quarterback for Fresno State?
I think just as bad as every other quarterback on the roster. I don't think anybody wants it more than another. We all want the same goals. We all want to go to the NFL. It's just a matter of what you do on any given day and being consistent with that.
Khristian, as you get to know Fresno, what would you like Fresno to know about you?
I'm very excited to be here. I'm very blessed for the opportunity, and I can't wait to see the game day atmosphere of the fans and see what all of that's like.
It's been mentioned that Coach Ferentz's year with you kind of sparked a lot of this. Can you share a little bit about the previous relationship there?
Yeah, so Coach Ferentz kind of came in the analyst role at University of Maryland, and while he was there, he dealt a lot with me on the scout field. So with being on the scout field, I kind of learned from him. I was kind of able to see my thought process, and we kind of had a relationship from there, talking football.
Thank you.
Yeah, Khristian, would the path to become the starting quarterback here at Fresno State maybe a little different than the path at Maryland?
I would say yes and no. Obviously, Maryland, I was a freshman. So, as a freshman, you have a lot to learn. You always have a lot to learn, but as a freshman, you really don't know much. So I think now just being a little bit more knowledgeable and having a little bit more experience, that's probably what I feel like is my advantage at this point, is being older and knowing more.
And you talked a little bit about the transition from moving from the East Coast to here to Fresno, but just how you stay in touch with your family, how integrating to Fresno, getting a place to live, taking classes? How's that been going?
All of that's been well. Take online classes. I was able to graduate, so I've been able to take online classes now here at Fresno, so that's been no issue. As far as living, it's a lot of great places to live in Fresno, so that's been going well for me. And then, what was your other?
How about your family?
Oh, my family. My mom comes out, going to come out here for the spring game, so I'm excited to see her. About to go home now shortly to see her for spring break. So I'm going to see her probably just as much as I did at Maryland. She's going to be at every game, so that's my circle will be still in support, and I'm still able to talk to them. 3-hour difference isn't too bad.
You said you graduated?
Yes.
How'd you do it so quickly?
So I was at high school. I took dual enrollment, had about 70 credits going into college. My coaches allowed me to take some extra classes, come to meetings a little bit late, and I was able to accelerate that process and graduate a year and a half.
And if you want to do football, what would you want to do?
Like an analyst, like what Tom Brady does now, talking at football games, with those guys. I think that would be like super cool, be able to talk about the game and get away from it physically, but mentally still be a part of it.
What do you love about playing the game? Because that's what you came here to Fresno State to do, right? Play this game.
I say it's a kid's game with so many rewards. It allows you to bond with your brothers. So many of my closest friends now are from football. So I think that is one of the most important pieces, the relationships, as well as the life skills it teaches you. I think it teaches you to work hard, discipline. You learn how to work with others, and all of those things are great.
What are you doing here post-grad?
I got to still enroll in the master's program. Right now I'm taking a certificate, which is like an education in AI. I will try to get into a master's program going into the fall.
How does this culture here at Fresno State maybe differ, from what you were at with Maryland? What do you like about the Fresno State football culture?
I would say they're both different in their own ways. I think Fresno, there's a very legacy, it feels very legendary. You know what I'm saying? It feels like a very, almost really cool. But it's really cool though. Really cool.
Have you had a chance to talk to the Carr brothers or any of the other legends?
No, I haven't had a chance to talk to them yet.
Do you look forward to that in the future?
I hope so. To be able to pick their brains would be nice.